Now, first on the Western Slope, you're watching KREX 5 News this morning.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your Thursday with all of us here at KREX 5 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Lee. Here's what you need to know to start your day. Warmer weather leads to more people out on the trails and at campsites, which in turn leads to more opportunities for wildlife encounters. So while you're out and about this summer, it's important to be prepared for anything, including bears. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says it's paramount to remember that you're in their habitat. And while human and bear interactions are fairly rare, the times that people do come into contact with bears, food is usually involved.
Bears have a great sense of smell. They are looking for a meal, and if you're providing that meal, you could lead to a situation where there's a conflict with that bear. It puts you in danger, and it certainly does put that bear in danger as well. We want to keep our bears wild, and the bottom line is when it comes to wildlife, when it comes to bears, don't feed, don't approach, don't harass. It's really the worst thing you can do. What we do recommend, though, is if you're out in the backcountry and you do see wildlife, enjoy it, but from a responsible distance.
Experts say it's important to store and lock any food items when you're camping, and the same goes for any trash. If you're hiking, try and hike with a partner, and they say to converse loudly so you don't startle any dangerous animals. And also, this should go without saying, but obviously don't feed the bears. If you do see a bear, an interesting tip is that if you put your thumb out in front of you and it covers the entire bear, then you're probably at a safe distance. A man who dresses up as a comic book character for quite an incredible cause made a stop in Grand Junction yesterday. Now, Matt doesn't dress up as just any superhero. He's the one and only Captain America. The star-spangled superhero is traveling state to state in hopes of raising money for children with cancer. Now, he does this by gathering autographs from the Avengers cast members on that shield that you see there, which he then auctions off. His mission sends a powerful message to kids, and he's called the Colorado Captain for a good reason.
So, being the Colorado Captain, you got to start in Colorado. I'm a Denver native. I've lived there all my life, and a lot of things have taken me away, but I always seem to come home. His heart is where his power comes from. And when you think about that, through the eyes of a child, there's no better message that I think a child should have put inside of their heart, which is that their love and their individual personality is a power of its own.
The power of Captain America seems to move mountains, not just in Colorado, but also in the hearts of children and parents across the country. A memorial service has been scheduled to honor a longtime public servant who passed away over the weekend. Tillman Tilly Bishop died on Sunday at the age of 86. According to a representative of Callahan Edfast Mortuary, a celebration of life will be held next week. That event is scheduled for Tuesday, June 25th from 4 until 6 p.m. at Escalante Hall on the CMU campus. Bishop served in the Colorado legislature for a total of 28 years, 4 as a state representative and 24 as a state senator. Among other positions, he served as a Mesa County Commissioner and sat on the Board of Trustees for Colorado Mesa University. A Mesa County man accused of a double stabbing in Palisade appeared in court Wednesday morning, claiming to have a motive for the incident. Santiago Martinez is facing 2 charges of first-degree assault with a deadly weapon and 3 counts of felony menacing. Martinez says he passed out from drinking with the 2 victims in this case, and when he woke up the next morning, he felt as though he had been physically assaulted. Immediately before the stabbings occurred, he claims to have received a text message antagonizing him about the alleged assault, which he says sent him into a fit of rage. But Martinez acknowledges both victims were either sleeping or in his line of sight when he got the text, and so he can't explain why he thought they were involved. Both men, ages 28 and 33, were hospitalized for the injuries they sustained during the stabbing. Martinez is being held on a $75,000 bond and is scheduled back in court on July 31st. A district judge in Mesa County has an upcoming court date, but this time he'll be on the other side of the bench after he was arrested and released on a summons for DUI and careless driving this past Saturday. According to the case report, 21st Judicial District Court Judge Lance Timbreza was on his way home from a pool party when he crashed his SUV on 27.5 Road near Horizon Drive. Multiple witnesses reported Timbreza's SUV to be speeding, and the report says Timbreza lost control after the turn, crossed the lane of oncoming traffic between 2 other vehicles, and crashed into an area of brush and trees. One of the responding officers who came into contact with the judge at the scene described him as unsteady on his feet and staggering, and he said he could smell a strong odor of an unknown alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath. The report says that Timbreza visited a Palisade winery earlier in the day where he sampled 6 wines and then attended a pool party where he says he had 1 or 2 more glasses of wine. The homeowner, however, who was hosting that pool party, described Tim Breza as, quote, lit when he arrived at about 4:30 p.m. The judge was taken to Grand Junction Police Headquarters after the crash and later released. Court records show 2 charges listed in this case, one for driving under the influence and one for careless driving. And Tim Breza is due in court for his arraignment on July 15th. CDOT had teamed up with CSP and local law enforcement agencies between May 20th and June 2nd for the Click It or Ticket seatbelt enforcement period. 5,051 drivers were cited for seatbelt violations during that time, with 244 drivers cited for improperly restrained children. During the same period last year, 5,678 tickets were issued. Nationally, Colorado ranks in the bottom third of states in seatbelt use. Fines for citations start at $65, with improperly restrained children resulting in an $85 fine. Click It or Ticket will return for an additional enforcement period from July 15th to July 21st. And tomorrow is the official start of summer. More than 50 million Americans will be traveling on highways this summer. So KREX 5 News reporter Rob Hagan has your road trip checklist to make sure you won't be stranded in the summer heat.
No, this isn't NASCAR, but it should be your car before you and your family head out on your summer road trip. Summer is less than 2 days away and 50 million families will be hitting the road. So before you pull out of the driveway, pull into the mechanic for your pre-trip safety check.
For sure tires, make sure, to avoid the surprise rainstorms that you have plenty of tread, so you're not hydroplaning.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. But before you take off and start that summer vacation with you and your loved ones, mechanics suggest to check the spare tire. Now 2 cents from a mechanic that's saving you more money.
Your oil changes do have that done before you head out on the trip.